Hello and welcome back to Oolykee Gaming. Welcome back to my first tutorial of the game of Farmers Dynasty, and that will be the seeding tutorial. Now I'm gonna show you a couple of ways you can do this. One of them is realistic way, which I think is quite wasteful in this game, unfortunately, but I'm still gonna show it because I think it's good to know if you want to keep the game as realistic as possible. The other one is gonna be the more reasonable way of seeding in this game. So, a couple of things. The seeder in this game works, has two modes of working, even though the left hand side doesn't show anything. If you go and see the pipes, they are going up and down. Currently they are down, now they're up, but it doesn't really matter. They will be seeding, doesn't matter if they're up or down. This is only based on this initial seeder. This is tutorial regarding your initial seeder, which is actually good for late game as well, because the bigger one is not that more bigger. But anyway, so let's get started. For example, what you would do, you would try to select a flat part of the field and select a line where you want to go. If you want to go and try to grab these squares that you can see, that field actually has squares north, south, east, west. Unfortunately, you can't align yourself. As far as I know, there's no GPS in this game, so what you have to do is just choose a line. You can correct yourself as you go, but the best way to do it is just go. Unfortunately, you can't lift or lower the seeder. As you can see, we are keeping it up, but it's still seeding, so you can see how seeding goes. You can see that even the amount of peas in this case that we have in the seeder is going down, so it doesn't really matter if it's up or down, the seeder is gonna seed. So what we're gonna do is try to show you the realistic way. If you try to go all the way to the end, technically you're supposed to be lifting your seeder now, pressing R, but this doesn't function, especially with this vanilla seeder, the one that you get in initially. You would have to circle around and then choose a parallel way. Now this is the tutorial part of this. I did a lot of testing. If you try to go wheel by wheel, you will create gaps in your seeds, so don't try to level it like this. It might look like it's being seeded perfectly here, but when you go in the opposite direction, it won't be like this. So my suggestion is overlap. Yes, you are wasting a little bit of seed, but you won't miss anything, so it's going to be time saving in the end. Because if you want to go back and try to do the little gaps that you missed and lift and lower your seeder as you go, this is going to make you waste even more seed. Why? Because it doesn't stop seeding. The only time the seeder stops seeding if it's not on the field. So if we go and press letter R, that we can go backwards, because when it's in the lower direction, lower mode, it cannot go backwards. So if we go here and try to seed over already seeded area, you can see that our amount of peas that you have, it's dropping, it's going down. It's because it doesn't matter if you seeded already, it's gonna be wasting full amount of seed that you already, even if it's already seeded. So yeah, my suggestion is don't stop seeding, whatever, if you have lower or upper position of the seeder, go and align your pipe, the last hose that is putting the seeds in the ground, just align it with where it was seeded and just go for it. This would be the best way to do it. Right, and just go up and down the field. There's no turning on and off seeder, it always is on, and it does not waste any seed off the field. So if we go and circle around the field, you can see that no seed is being wasted. So just a heads up, off fields, it's when you can actually do whatever you want. Unfortunately, this is how the game works at the moment. For a long time this hasn't been fixed. I remember playing it years and years ago. It was still a problem, and looks like this part of the game has never been fixed. Speed of seeding doesn't really matter. You don't waste anything, you don't gain anything by going faster or slower, but this is the most reasonable way of doing this. Okay, hopefully it helps. If it didn't help, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about tutorial. Like, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it. And if you want to support the channel, we have description of the video. See you next one. Bye.